Hello, everybody. This is
Hi. I'm Shadow.
Shadow. I'm Nero. This is going to be a podcast series. Hope you enjoy. So,
Aren't podcasts though more like radio associated?
I don't know. But anyway, first topic of
This
the
would
day.
be more of a blog than a podcast.
A vlog.
Yeah.
This is going to. Our first topic will be how to survive a zombie apocalypse. Let's get started, shall we?
I think the first thing we should do in order to survive a zombie apocalypse is to try to create the most realistic one.
Like, how so?
I think the most realistic one I've ever seen would be The Walking Dead.
I do agree because people will be disoriented after that.
People would be. Now, some of the stuff they have in there with all that drama, and I don't believe everybody would turn on each other. I think eventually you would run into some nice people.
Well, the nicest people would probably be the most deadly when it comes to protecting you.
That's true, and I understand the paranoia, but sometimes I think Walking Dead gets a little out of hand, especially the comics.
Yeah, the comics get a little crazy, for my taste. That's why I don't read them much. I stick with the show, but still, even the show displays too much drama.
One thing I liked about the show is the show and the comics are very repetitive.
Like,
once you get past the prison saga, then you can kind of guess what this whole series is going to be.
Yeah, basically, fight for survival.
Something bad happens, and something good, and bad, and good, and bad. It just keeps repeating.
It's basically a never-ending saga of karma.
If you've ever seen anything past the prison, you've seen it.
It's basically happened already.
You lose characters, you gain characters.
So, where would we start? Find a weapon, right?
I think we should start on how this would happen.
How would this happen?
I do like Walking Dead's explanation of how it's a disease.
A disease spread by...
Just a random disease. It doesn't have to be any major corporization thing.
So it could have been a bug from Africa. They got it.
Yes. Let's blame Africa.
Well, I'm just saying it could be an infected insect from anywhere around the world. So
just most likely Africa, though.
Yeah, well, if you want to get racist. So the first thing...
I do want to get racist.
No. The first thing we would do is get your bearings. Find your bearings. It's basically the first thing. That would be the smartest thing to do.
First of all, you should have already had a plan for this. So if you don't, then you're just gonna die.
You're just gonna die. You're gonna be the first one dead. I'm sorry, but that's the way it's gonna be. He said it, not me.
I think maybe to start out with, maybe public grouping isn't so bad. I know it's always portrayed as bad, but maybe it's not that bad.
Power in numbers. The more people you have, there's a more chance of finding more food, supplies, weapons.
Because think about it. When the zombie apocalypse starts, all you see is, after everybody dies, all you see is people trying to get more people.
And that's...
Just start off with that.
That's a very smart thing to do because, well, like I said earlier, strength in numbers. You have a less chance of dying on your own, and a more chance of higher part survival. So, go ahead.
And let's be realistic here, because we're trying to be as realistic as possible. Everybody kind of knows the rule of zombies. So if someone gets bit, I don't think anybody will really, or I think someone eventually would take care of that.
Yeah, basically, before they turn, just put them out of their misery while they still have their last speck of humanity.
There's no way somebody's just gonna sit around and go, oh, I wonder what happens next. We all know what's gonna happen.
He's like, oh my god, I don't feel so good.
I'd say, if you wanted to be humane, let them die. Or, put them out of their misery. But if they don't want that, then let them die and then shoot them before they turn.
Or shoot them as soon as they pass.
Yeah.
That would be the most humane thing to do, because they wouldn't feel any pain, they wouldn't know what was coming.
And they would never turn.
Then they would never return. They'd keep their last fragment of humanity they took with them. Alright, the next thing, after getting in your group, strength in numbers, and finding your bearings, get a decent weapon. You don't want anything too loud like a chainsaw, or any type of explosives or firearms.
They're cool guys, but come on, seriously, don't do it.
If you want to go out with a bang and you want to die, go ahead, get an assault rifle, get a pistol. Yeah.
Just endanger everybody around you.
But if you want to survive, sure win with stealth. Get a blade, a good blade. Don't get anything too hefty like an axe, because that'll take some time to swing. By the time you swing, the thing will be on you by then. Sledgehammer's even worse.
Also, I call bullcrap on Michonne there from Walking Dead. Eventually that blade will get dull, and eventually it will break. Okay, it's just not sharp forever.
So you have to make sure you keep that blade sharp and up to par, but what we suggest highly would be...
A hatchet. Definitely a hatchet.
Because...
You can throw them, you can hit them.
Because it may be close range, but you can literally just go at it on them. But the only fear you have is getting it stuck, or if you throw it, losing it. So if you have another thing like a katana, it may work. You're going to have to hack and slash them a bit. Make sure to keep that thing sharpened and everything. But if you don't have access to a blade, can I see that please? You can use a blunt object such as a practice sword, a baseball bat, anything that's blunt, that's light, easy to swing. Basically, you can use anything as a weapon.
And sorry guys, I know baseball bats are cool, but the nails really don't help.
The nails don't help because they tend to break the bat more.
If you were trying to kill a living person, yeah, nails would help.
Yeah, nails would help a lot, but if you're trying to kill the living dead, I wouldn't suggest that. But if you want to go ridiculous, you can use anything in your house, like an old Guitar Hero guitar.
Because remember guys, these guys are rotting. So, they're rotting, they're going to be soft.
So, use blunt. If you don't have access to a blade, use whatever you can. Doesn't matter if it's a shoe. If it gets them off you, hey.
Use the shoe if it gets it off you.
Or, if you want to get technical, a thing of cologne and a lighter, not one that's close to your hand, a striking lighter, homemade flamethrower.
I recommend doing that very far away from wherever you're held up. Because if those guys are following you and they're on fire, it's going to set more things on fire.
And you're basically going to get burned.
And then you'll have to worry about nature's enemy, or destructive forces.
Because you never know what could be explosive.
Now, I suggest hide out in a grocery store, not stuff like Walmart, someplace abundant with food.
Like a mall.
Yeah,
per se.
a mall. I would suggest a grocery store because they're a little easier to defend.
They're small. Well, some of them are small, but they're basically heavily fortified. You can find anything and everything in that store to barricade the doors with. You've got an abundant amount of food. You've got places to sleep. You've got places to go to the bathroom. You've got entertainment if you want it.
The bigger the place is, the harder it's going to be to defend.
Like Walmart, if a few zombies come in and there's a bunch of people and they get bitten, you're basically left with a very unhappy situation.
Let's face it, everybody's just going to go to Walmart and steal all the food anyway.
So go to some places that wouldn't be expected.
Yeah, go find some ghetto grocery store.
Doesn't matter where you go as long as there's plenty of food. There's plenty of food, water, other supplies like toilet paper. I don't know.
Toilet paper does come in handy.
Toilet paper really does come in handy.
I know this is zombie apocalypse, but come on, you don't want to be unattractive.
Crapping yourself constantly.
Loved ones is what's most important in the zombie apocalypse.
If you can save your loved ones, do so. Doesn't matter. You could be.
Unless they get bit, then you have to really.
Then you have to put them down. If they get bit, then by all means, do whatever you think is humane. But save your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your cousins, your girlfriends, your boyfriends. Just save anybody that's close to you. If you can't, try. But if you lose them, make sure to do the humane thing.
And also, it's not people we're just worrying about, okay? Worry about bugs, too. Most likely, a mosquito got on a zombie, sucked it, and went over to a person, probably bit you too, now you're infected. Great, mosquito just got you.
So, insect repellent.
Yeah.
High commodity.
Disney World, there's no bugs in there.
Really now?
I went there for like at least 3 days.
And there are no bugs?
I saw no bug. I didn't even see a fly.
Well then, maybe it might have natural insect repellents, but anyway.
Also, animals, they're not just going to completely eat the animals. If that was true, then they would completely eat the humans too. So, yeah, don't be surprised if you see like zombie wolf or zombie bear.
So, fear animals if they
Animals
are bitten. It doesn't matter if it's a little kitty. Fear it. Fear the kitty. It doesn't matter if there's a guy dressed up like Batman, don't trust him if he's bitten.
You know, just don't trust any guy dressed up as Batman, because chances are he's not Batman.
Seriously, don't trust anybody with a big S on his chest, because chances are he's not Superman.
He may just be a black guy dressed as Superman.
Just like that yearbook signing.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
No, it's kind of ridiculous.
And I'm going to ruin this for everybody, but at the very start of the zombie apocalypse, use all the guns you can. Shoot everything until it stops moving. Because then the whole nation will get on this. Everybody will be armed and nobody will get hurt. So if there's going to be like 2 zombies...
Just blow them away. Don't hesitate.
If there's going to be a zombie,
away.
first of all, people's going to scream, "Hey lady, why are you screaming? Oh, there's a zombie! Oh, well, we better call the cops." And
if there's like 2 zombies, don't just blow them away.
Ow. Jesus Christ.
Alright, continue talking over here.
Yeah. I think the major reason why a zombie apocalypse would happen is bugs.
That would be the biggest contender because you never know what they could be carrying. So, most likely cause of a zombie apocalypse would either be a bioweapon or some sort of mutated insect.
And I'm not gonna lie, the government's not gonna fall that quick.
I mean, seriously, if there's a zombie apocalypse, the military will be all over this. They'll be like,
Right?
So
You
hopefully...
wouldn't abandon us, America, right?
Please, for the love of God.
We pay taxes, kind of.
Well, we can't. Well, our parents do. But hopefully there will be SWAT guys going out there with riot shields. Well, if you want to get dark... I am sorry for anybody's parents who may have passed, but... May they rest in peace if they have. But hopefully there'll be riot guards with riot shields. Just like beating the crap out of them with shields, shooting them with rubber bullets, no matter how much that won't do anything.
So pretty much in a zombie apocalypse, just to kind of put this in a nutshell, there's really not much you can do. Because you never know how this is going to turn out.
So, do your best to survive. Ride it out until the end. If you are taken, Godspeed.
All we know is that, the government could have this under control in a matter of a few hours, maybe. Maybe the whole world does fall. I don't know. Nobody knows.
If everything does go like this, just like in The Walking Dead, do what you can.
If everything goes, watch as much Walking Dead as possible.
You will get so much vital information from that. Oh, one more thing.
And Skyrim does not count as an undead sort of thing.
No, it does not. One more thing. If you have access to one, use a bow.
Or a crossbow.
Bow or crossbow, either one will work. Or some sort of... a bow or crossbow or a handheld, a pistol crossbow. Anything that's powerful enough to pierce a skull.
Immediately find Chuck Testa. We want this man to live.
What about Chuck Norris?
Chuck Norris can handle himself. We need to protect Chuck Testa.
What about Duke Nukem?
We haven't seen him since his second game.
What about Markiplier?
Well,
You gotta think about other people besides Chuck Testa, man.
Markiplier is...
He's pretty awesome himself. With the power of his pink mustache alone, he'd be able to just stare at them and they just fall to pieces.
Actually, you know what you could do in a zombie apocalypse?
What?
You could just wait it out. They're decomposing.
Well, it all depends on how fast their decomposition rate is going. If they're mutated to the fact to where they're not decomposing at all, Just hope they decompose before everything goes bad. It may stink, but it works.
Well, that's all I really gotta say about it.
Well, I guess that's the end of this vlog for now.
I
So,
always called it a vlog.
that's basically what it is, vlog. Anyway. Thanks for sticking with us. We'll be right back, the next podcast. Peace!